Hello everyone, I'm Michael Bueza and welcome to Rappler Talk Sports. Pinoy wrestling has come a long way in the last half-decade thanks to promotions like Philippine Wrestling Revolution and its crop of talented wrestlers. And recently, PWR has been firing on all cylinders. Besides a major show this Saturday called PWR Special Homecoming, three of its top stars joined a tryout in China by none other than WWE.
Yes.
Yeah, in July 2019. So, those three wrestlers, we have them with us at the Rappler Studio. These three wrestling pioneers, pero parang hindi yata magiging just, parang wala itong stisya ko o gagawa ng introduction.
Okay.
So I'll let them do the introductions.
So we'll hype up our own selves. Is that
Yeah.
all right? So which camera do I look into? All right.
Here.
That one. All right. Hi, I am Mr. Philippine Wrestling, Jake De Leon. I have been wrestling with Philippine Wrestling Revolution ever since 2014, and I am one of the pioneers of Philippine wrestling here in the country.
I'm Crystal, the queen of Philippine wrestling. I am the first woman in PWR to, make history, intergender, and be the first champion. And I've been traveling abroad because of PWR as well. So big thanks to them. I've been training since 2014. I debuted in February of 2016. There you go.
So I'm known by many names. I could be the social media sinister, the crowd flame human trending topic, the hashtag candid attention bandit, the face of Facebook, Twitter's most likely OG of IG, but most importantly, I am one half of hashtag PWOGs. Yours truly, Ken Warren.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having
Thank you
us.
for having us.
Yeah. So it's exciting na we have our own Filipino wrestlers, no? In their journey towards PWR. So we're curious, saan to nagsimula? How did you join the tryouts?
For WWE?
Yeah.
So back in 2017, we were around 3 years already, like 2.5 years in existence. PWR was already 2.5 years in existence, and it just so happened that around December of 2016, we received an email from WWE head of talent and development, Canyon Seaman. Said he was going to Southeast Asia to do a little scouting trip. So he was already going to Singapore, he was already going to Malaysia. So he thought maybe let's try out the Philippines because I think they've heard some ramblings around there. Our friend Ryan Songalia actually gave us the iggy on that.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi Ryan, we miss you, Ryan. So he gave us the idea that some of the people in the WWE, then former head of Asian Pacific Chris Marsh, knew about PWR, and then it was just that one December morning where we received that email, and then okay, we have to put up a show in January in 2017, and that's where they came to scout. And up until then, we've always kept in contact with them. I think they always kept tabs on us, and that's what happened.
And I know Crystal, Chris Marsh and Canyon Seaman also attended one show, right?
Yes, they
This one
attended.
in 2017.
Yeah, that was the January 2017 show. It was PWR Live Bagong Yugto. It was in Katipunan, and then it was a great show, and they seem to have enjoyed themselves.
So how about How about them? What's the feeling of performing for them?
It's so much pressure. Like, you work so hard in training every day, or in just the gym and then training every week. You just want to put your heart out in front of them so that they feel your passion for the industry, for wrestling as well. Also, it's like, oh, this is my shot. I don't want to do anything bad. I don't want to break a fall, or I don't want to, plant my face and whatever, do a bad thing inside the ring. You want to do your best. So your heart is just palpitating so hard, and you're just like, I need to do good.
Yeah. I think they did. Kasi how naman did you get a card saying na we'd like to join the tryouts?
It's hard.
How
No,
did
because when after the WWE scouts, they gave me an email, a calling card. Canyon Seaman gave me a calling card saying hey, email me your details, blah 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 blah. And then the next thing I know, they've been keeping tabs on me. They invited me to the Mayang Classic, and then that didn't pan out. But then after another year, then they invited me to the tryout.
Nice. Is that the same for you? They also gave you a card na parang, hey, we'd like you to try it.
I was already the guy in contact with them back in December of 2016, so I already had their contact. And of course, I would use that to my advantage, also give them my stuff, my resume, my matches. But yeah, when it comes to the three of us, it was how they invited us. It was one email on I think it was either May or June This year, they just sent us an email and said, hey, we want to get JDL, Crystal, and Ken Warren for the tryout in China. So that's where we came in.
And I think, Ken, you have an interesting story on...
Yes. Can I disclose that?
Yeah, you can.
I think
but
so.
I make summarized version, I could say. To make a long story short, it still does pan out when you submit your portfolio. So I made a portfolio. I submitted it. A little bit extra effort. You would know about it more in a podcast guessing that we had. I don't know if we could mention the name of the podcast, but yeah.
Nagbago ng pangalan
I
natin.
think you need to disclose where you passed the
so
portfolio.
that's a good point. Touche. I submitted the portfolio at Thailand without knowing, without any definite
He
fact.
literally flew to Thailand just to...
Parang walk-in, no?
Yes, together with another wrestlers. It's not just me. But that's a different story for another time. But I was lucky enough to, it was a shot to the moon, or suntok sa buwan, if you will. And I'm just very grateful I was able to be the wild card in this trio that,
Trio?
Trio.
Trio, potato.
Trio.
That made it to the WWE tryout.
So, tryout.
Trio.
Yeah, so now, take us through the days na you were in China for the workout. So how was it?
It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, honestly. Well, we came in.
I think we should start with the
Yes.
first day because it's a lot.
Yeah, we came in, we flew in, we were able to no problems with the flight in. We went to the hotel, we got our medical check. Thankfully, all of us passed the medicals and stuff. And then, would you guys like to talk about the following days that we had?
The following day. The second day, it was like, because I came off of watching fighting with my family. So it was a bad thing because I psyched myself out. I was like, I can't do any of the things that Paige is doing. If Paige is, breaking down in tears, I'm not going to be able to do this. So the second day, I was looking at it, this is going to be the worst thing that's going to happen to me. I'm going to break down, I'm going to cry, I'm going to puke. But then thank God that didn't happen at all. But the second day, it was actually, I thought it was just going to be very simple. It was really simple. We knew everything that they were teaching, the roles and stuff. But the thing was, they alternate the roles and then the cardio, which was the killer. Because your body's just up, down, you're sweating so much, and then after that you have to do the resting training, and then there's a long wait because everyone takes turns inside the ring, and there's 60 people? 40 people.
So fast-paced and...
Yeah.
Biglang slow down and then fast-paced slow down.
Yeah, so for the third to the fifth day, it's mostly a blur, but I don't know if it's the same for everyone. It's my closest thing of being a super soldier / robot at the same time, because you have to do everything. Of course, the typical workouts. Could you say some?
Well, it was intense because every day we would wake up every morning, expect the same old training, and then
there's something new.
It's intense at the same time. You have to do it. You're already there chasing your dream, and you. As much as your body is telling you that it wants to quit, it wants to break down, in your mind, that's where actually that's where their training comes in. It also challenges your mind to push through whatever obstacle you're in front of, and then just, if you really want this thing, you're really gonna work hard for it. And that's what all three of us did.
It's
actually.
also a bit of exhaustion because it wasn't just 2 hours, 3 hours a day. It would be 7. So in the morning we would have 3.5 hours or 3 hours, and then we would take a lunch break. And then in the afternoon we start again.
Wow.
So your body, after the second day, our body was just coming from off of the flight, you were tired already, and then next day you're and then third day you're just my body hurts, I can't go up the stairs, and then biglang outdoor.
Oh yeah, I saw the photos na parang
Yeah,
sobrang
I was so
intense.
proud of it. I'm gonna flex a bit, but I'm sorry, I'm so proud. I was able to flip a tire on my own. No, because there were other women in there that didn't have a lot of strength, so the other coaches would actually help them flip the tire. But then I was able to do it on my own, and I was just yeah.
And I think that's immortalized in a photo
Yeah.
on WWE.com, right? So you did pala by yourself. Nice.
To add on a little something, it's just it's besides the physical aspect of the tryout, it's more of the mental game. If the fact that if you are going to survive this 5-day tryout, despite our looks, despite our size, despite our height, if we are going to survive the WWE trial, because it's our dream. I'm sure all three of us, it's our dream. At least one of us to get there, the WWE at one point, or all three of us. But and it's just there, doing workouts. You're literally in front of the logo, doing a push-up, and like it's literally that close, man.
Your dream's right there. Just go get it.
I think also one of the things that helped me out personally is having these two around, because I would be my arms would be falling off. It feels like it's falling off of my body because we were doing so many push-ups and arm throwing things, carrying things with the workouts, and they would be cheering me on, go Crystal, you can do this, let's go, and I'd be like, I can.
It's also a tribute to the fact that we were the only three guys from the Philippines there, so we had to push each other and make sure we won't quit on each other, because if we did, we're all just chasing this dream together, so we had to push each other to get to that dream.
So I'd like to ask, what's your biggest takeaway from that training?
How much I love squats now.
Yeah.
No, my biggest takeaway from that training is that if you really want something, no matter how hard it'll be, as long as you work hard for it, your mind will just tell you to go through those obstacles, go through whatever challenges in your way, because if you really love it, you won't quit. That's basically what the coaches of WWE and all the NXT superstars they had with them teach us, because they would give us a lot of drills, a lot of heavy duty, intense workouts, and they would shout in our faces, "Do you want this? Do you want this?" And we would all shout back, "Yes, we wanted this."
Dare say no, no?
Try saying no there, that intense. Yeah.
Crystal?
I think the biggest takeaway for me is that I thought I was at my limit, physically, but no, I wasn't. I thought that I was tough enough, but then because of the tryout, I got tougher, I got stronger, I got great friends from it as well, and I think that's honestly such a heartwarming thing to know, and because it gives you a boost of confidence as well, because coming into this tryout, I thought I wasn't good enough for it. I thought I'm just so lucky to be selected, and then looking at them, they're always telling me that, oh Crystal, you got here for a reason, and I think my confidence boosted up after the tryout.
Speaking of getting your confidence boosted up in a tryout, it's just more in believing in yourself. It's as cliche as that may sound. Just keep going, and everything is possible, guys. I tell you, from my experience, just take a chance on yourself, take a chance on your dream, keep going, keep at it. Eventually, something will happen.
Go anywhere, no?
Yeah.
Chase your dreams.
Yeah.
So that's already one foot in WWE's door, no? And I think I've seen you grow from my own eyes. I've been covering PWR since day one.
I think you were there for my debut as well.
Yeah. So I'd like to ask then, how is the 2014 you, or 2016 you, and 2014 you in that case, different from the 2019 you? How have you grown? How have you evolved in your career, in your outlook in life?
Why don't you start it off, Ken?
Way to put me on the pressure, brother. No, man.
You're one of the OGs.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, I'm quick like that, brother. It's a lot. Besides, my hair is longer right now. It's just I'm smarter in the ring. Yeah, I guess you were about to say etiquette, or just etiquette in training and everything. I'm more relaxed now compared to before when I was in college at the time, and now I'm chasing my dream. Again, everything is possible. I'm chasing my dream. I was in college, so I had that chip on my shoulder. That college kid, you have to get a degree, but at the same time fulfill your dream. In my case, it's being a professional wrestler.
You got the degree though, right?
I got a degree, yes. yes. But there were circumstances that I would fail class, but I was doing good at wrestling, or I was doing bad at training or at wrestling, then I would do good in class. So it's that hard balance of just living life to the fullest. And I'm more smart now. I'm more chill now, believe it or not. As fast as I talk, I just really talk fast. But yeah, man, I'm just more great. I'm very grateful. I make the most of what I'm not saying I didn't make the most of what I had before, but I'm just making the most of everything now. Just embracing everything and living in the moment. Live at the present. I'm not as anxious as before, because I was still looking what's gonna happen 5 years from now, 2 years from now. No, just live in this moment. So there's something to look forward to tomorrow.
Back in 2014, wrestling-wise, I wasn't really confident with myself. Once I graduated the boot camp program from PWR, I thought, oh, okay, great. I'm just gonna do my best. And then they put me like in this history making match, and I was just like, I don't think I can do this. You know, I was just really a scaredy cat. I didn't have much confidence in myself. And like 2019, Crystal would just be, standing saying, "Hey, you're worth it." Like I've gotten more confident over the years, and I've gotten used to it as well, like wrestling and then balancing my life with wrestling. Because before, same thing with Ken, I would just I quit school to wrestle full time. So I couldn't really multitask. But now I have 4 jobs and one of them is wrestling. So my calendar is like booked so much, and I think that's one of the things, when you're growing up, you know how to organize now, you know how to schedule stuff. So I think it's one of those things as well.
So looking back at 2014 me, I can definitely say that I am healthier. I have been doing my best to get my body in the peakest of conditions to do this wrestling thing the best of my abilities. But also, looking back at how PWR was before and how PWR is now, we're leaps and bounds away from where we were. We are light years away from the 2014 us. Right now, we know how to do things better. We learned a lot from all the people that we have learned under, all the people who went through here, all the people who gave us their snippets of knowledge just so that we can do this better. And I can definitely say now, in 2019, PWR is doing the best that it's ever been. And I'm pretty sure we're just going to keep going. And as for Jake De Leon back in 2014, I'd just like to tell him, keep doing this thing. Just keep enjoying what you're doing as a wrestler. It's going to take you places. And as Ken said, chasing your dream, living in the moment. As Vernice says, believing in yourself. All of that is applicable to everyone in PWR. And that is not just goes for us 3, but everyone in that organization also. We just want to keep doing this wrestling thing.
So, Crystal, I would also like to highlight, because the women's wrestling scene in the Philippines is also growing, no?
Yes.
And since you're the pioneer women wrestler, so what can you say naman about the evolution of women's wrestling here?
I am honestly so happy because back in 2016, I was alone for, I think, a year until Robin finally debuted, and then it was just us 2. We were the first ever women's match in PWR. We made history as well. First hardcore match, women's hardcore match as well. And I think it's just heartwarming to see, like, our hard work is paying off. Because I think before me, no women were really interested because they didn't see any women inside the ring. They always saw someone else like outside being just a manager. And I think me and Robin being able to put on matches in front of audiences, I think the women that wanted to do this as well got confidence out of that. So we got more applicants, as in boot camp. We had a women's boot camp, which is amazing. I think that's where Gemelin came out of, and Jay Sarah was already part of PWR before, but then she joined in that batch as well. So I'm really proud of the girls and like how far they've come, and I'm just hoping that more women come. So if you want to be a wrestler, just don't be afraid. Just come in, just sign up for PWR, and we'll take care of you.
Okay, so let's turn to this Saturday for PWR Special Homecoming. So all 3 of you will be in action, no?
Yep.
And let's get hyped up. This will be one major show. Like after 5 years, no? This
is the culmination of everything.
From Makati Square Arena to this.
From wrestling from a boxing ring and now having big stars
the whole venue to yourself.
Yeah, and big stars in our own ring as well.
So I'll start with you.
Aye.
So you'll be facing off against Desi Derata.
Yes.
So she's, based on my research, she's an MMA fighter as well.
Yes, I'm terrified.
And she's known as the body slam queen. So how are you preparing for her?
Crying in bed. I'm kidding. I've just been working out more. I think I've also done a bit of research on the side, but it's also kind of terrifying when I do my research because I see her lifting all these women, and I'm just like, well, I'm half those women's sizes.
I heard she's 5'11", 6'1".
6, I think. But I'm 5'3". I'm also 45 kilos, so she can probably lift me so easily. I think I just need to, strategize in my head. Most of the time, because I'm one of the smallest people. Well, not smallest people in the ring because I think that's Tri and De La Torre.
More petite.
Yeah, I'm one of more petite and fast agility people. So I would probably just use my agility, fly inside the ring and
Stick and move, kid.
Just do my
cardio,
thing.
brother.
Gonna get my cardio up because I feel like if once she touched me, like I'll just be there. She's just not gonna let go of me. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna, yeah.
You need to use that to your advantage. no?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, to Ken,
Yes, sir.
I think you've studied the tapes.
Oh yeah,
of Vlad's
of course.
tactics.
And yeah, man.
He's deranged, he's unstable, mentally unstable. So how do you plan to outsmart Vlad?
You know what? I like it because he's unpredictable, and I don't know if you really know me in person. I like being weird. I like being different. I like being.
He's not
you know,
lying.
Yeah.
Not lying.
Brother, you see my getup right now? It's a cross between Post Malone and Joaquin Phoenix, brother. So, you know, I like being different. I like to stand out. It's a Funko Pop. You know, you'll see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I like it. I like that he's different. But I'm just hoping, I'm just praying, because I don't know if you can see my face right now. Maybe close-up camera, whichever. It depends on you guys. Maybe zoom. If you like, I'm a bit beat up, sort of, from training, because I've been training hard. We've had a seminar with the beautiful one, Billy Suede, who's also going to be at PWR Homecoming, who's facing for the
Philippine Excellence Championship.
Philippine Excellence Championship. And, you know, I've been training hard, so I just wish and pray, Vlad Sinsik. Do I look at you? Do I look at the camera? I'll probably look at both. There you go. I just wish and hope and pray that you talk to yourself as much, that you would also train yourself as much to expect the unexpected from me. You know what? Doubt me. I want you to doubt me. Don't tweet me. Don't post about me. Don't make a video about me. Train. Talk to yourself. Find that inner monster in you. Because once I find my inner monster in me, let's play, brother.
Wow.
I
What have
you
you
can
been
hashtag
doing?
that. No.
What is happening? I'm sorry. What is happening? I'm just like,
In the zone, yo.
Yeah.
she's so in the zone. I mean, did you watch the Joker or something?
No, I wish I did. Not yet. Not yet,
And
Vlad.
now for JBL.
Yes,
so
sir.
You're facing the TJP, the inaugural WWE Cruiserweight Champion.
Yes, sir.
And he's also one of us.
One of us.
Yeah.
One of us, yes.
Film wrestler.
Mhm.
So, what's your edge against TJP?
There's not a lot, honestly. He's been wrestling for around 20 years. He's been everywhere in the wrestling world. He's been in the WWE, he's been in Impact, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Basically everywhere that you can make a name of in wrestling, he's been there. So what's my edge? No, it's not Inasal. My edge is, this is my hometown. As much as he likes to claim that he's from the Philippines, who's actually been here? Who's actually been here holding the fort? Who's actually been here for the last 5 years, training these guys, helping these guys grow, helping PWR grow? As much as I like TJP, he can't back up what he claims. While I am Mr. Philippine Wrestling, and I am gonna beat him.
Wow. Okay. Be
Hashtag
warned,
preach.
no?
Be warned, TJP. Be
TJP.
warned.
So I'll give you this time to promote PWR Special Homecoming this Saturday.
PWR Special Homecoming is this Saturday, October 12, at the ABS-CBN Vertis tent. Tickets are still on sale. Just go to tickettome.net or message us on the PWR Facebook page, facebook.com/PHWrestlingRevo, or you can also send us a message on Twitter and Instagram at PWR Official. Or just, if you're friends with any of the PWR wrestlers, try to shoot them a message. Hopefully they're not mean to you. If they, just let us know. Let anyone know in PWR. If you want tickets, we got tickets for you. They're selling out fast. Meet and greet. There's not many left. Gold, silver, and bronze are still available. So if you want tickets now, make sure you get them before going there on Saturday. But they're also still available at the door if you want to buy them at the door. But make sure you take advantage of the discounted prices. I would have to say.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah,
deals.
you can message any PWR wrestler out there if you're friends with them, and just do the contact thing. We're always on social media, so tickets are easy to get, basically.
Ken is always on social media.
Yeah, like social media industry.
Wish I was. But I'm going for the casuals here. Mga kababayan, ako po, 5 taon po namin pinaghirapan to. So you got me to speak in Filipino, guys. 5 taon po namin pinaghirapan to. Masasabi niyong sariling atin, sana po magustuhan nyo, sana bigyan nyo ng tsansa, katulad ng ginawa namin sa pangarap namin na binigyan namin ng tsansa. Panoorin nyo po, October 12, 8 p.m., ABS-CBN Vertis tent. It's gonna be magical, it's gonna be groundbreaking na hindi hassle sa mga tao sa kalye.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. So there's
Thank you
never
so
a
much.
better time to be a pro wrestling fan and to be a Filipino pro wrestling fan. So, Rabbit, that's Jake De Leon, Crystal, and Ken Warren. I'm Michael Buaza. Thank you for watching.